All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Toyosi Banks, and I'm your lead analyst and also the founder of Good Elite Deals. So, on the course of today's lecture, we will be looking at Monday live session and looking at the peers that we can trade and can sort of, help us to, look at the market differently. So, today we'll be looking at XAUUSD, GBP and a couple of other pairs just to ensure that, we are on the right track, you know. So now, firstly, we will be looking at XAUUSD. Now, what do we have on gold? Firstly, you can see that XAUUSD has a bearish momentum. It has a bearish momentum that has been happening for like a very, very long time, as you guys can see, obviously. And the market has been trying to push down price, with gold. But then nonetheless, we had this all-time high that gold created. We have this all-time high that gold created. After this all-time high, it created this second one that is here. So which means for me, you're going to mark out this area that is here like this. So after marking out that zone, then the next thing that you do after marking out that area is sort of look for a continuation pattern. So which means for me, you know that this area that is above here has been marked out as a sell opportunity for XAUUSD, right? You know that that area is a sell opportunity for gold. Based off of what we can see right now here, you can see that, okay, that zone is looking like a viable option for gold sales. But then you still have to look for possible entries that you'll be picking from, scaling from like the 4-hour time frame down to like a 2-hour time frame, which is the time frame that is divided by 2. I need you to pay quality attention. Now, once you analyze the market on the 4-hour and look at it and see that, okay, you can see that we had this high that is here and then this other one, and the market trying to push down price, breaking the structure and trying to come down and all of that. Now we've seen that, okay, the sales are viable. Like these are like strong sell opportunities. Now the next thing that you would do is begin to look for where you can possibly short from. So which means for me, even this area that gold is right now is a possibility for sales. But then, if gold should break past this region and breaks past at least looking at 3269 area, we're going to have the continuation of the buys. I'm going to explain to you now what do I mean by that. Let me show you guys something real quick. What I mean by that is, for instance, now you can have market push your price to this area. If you push this down, breaks past this zone, and then retest back there, that's an opportunity for you to take good buys all the way up. But this area that is here is an opportunity for possibility of good sales. Why? Because this zone that is here literally broke structure. This zone that is here, literally broke structure all the way down, as you can see here. This was the low that created this high. The market created this high and came down to break this, which means they break a structure. So automatically, if gold should push your price to this area, you are expecting short that will break a new structure. But then failure to do that can result in market pushing up price continuously, breaking this high and retesting back into that high, and then coming up all the way to this area. Now, upon coming up into this area, you can sort of have a continuation to the downside again, or you maybe have a break of this high market retests it back again, and then you continue the long. Now, what I mean by that is at 34.08, you are going to expect good sales. At 34.08. Failure to happen at 34.08, we are going to have the continuation of the buys. Then at 34.57, we're going to have a continuation of possible sales. Failure to sell from there would have buy biases all in between. So for me, this week is a mix of both. But I'm giving you areas that you can expect strong retest from for XAUUSD, which means if you're looking at selling gold, you can sell gold at around 34.05. That's an opportunity for good sales. Then if you have a break above that area, I don't know there's going to be buys. Then you can take a new buy at around 34, sorry, a new sell at around 34.54. But then if market doesn't react from there, you're going to have the continuation of the buy patterns. But for right now, if gold should break past currently, if we have a break past, if you're looking at that area as a very, very far area, so if we have a break past this zone that is here, for instance, now say like this. Say maybe market retested, pushed up price, came down back. And you will not take the buys. So for me, that will be a break around then you will now come to a smaller time frame however you choose to refine your entry. But all of these signals will be sent to the Forex signal. So if market should break past this area and then retest back down, I'm going to expect the long all the way up into this new zone. And then that's just it. So right now, we could have possibility of gold buys breaking the zone that is here. If it breaks this area, if gold should break this area and retest, we'll have the buy patterns. And we should be able to get like a good sell from there. So now that brings us to GBP USD. For GBP USD, if I'm being honest with you, for me, it's not being detailed enough. Why? Because as you can see, market is automatically supposed to come down and create a continuation of the buys here. But then it is failing to do that. And giving us sell opportunities. So right now on GBP USD, I really can't pick a particular entry. Let's look at another pair. Let's see GJ. I don't like GJ. Let's look at US 30. Let's look at US oil. Even US oil is indecisive, not picking a particular zone. Okay. US 30 is at a current area that looks like sell opportunities. Why? Because I even marked out this zone earlier. The market should push up price into this zone, and then we have like the sell pattern. So even if we drag this, say for instance now, you drag this and put here, it's still the same, which means I'm expecting markets to push up price into this area and then sell from there. So US 30 sell opportunities is visible, and gold buy opportunities is visible, provided US 30 sell opportunities is visible and XAUUSD buy opportunities are visible, provided you allow them break the zones that are needed and then retest back into that zone and continue to push up price. And that's pretty much it. Now that brings us to the latter part, which will be OPM. And OPM is other people's money. One of the fastest ways for you to actually scale and grow as an individual is OPM, right? And which is other people's money. But at the same time, it is also one of the fastest ways to enter into trouble. So for me, I always say it every time that it's very, very important for you to have the skill set, which means instead of you focusing on the money aspect in Forex trading, focus on skill. Because sometimes what most of you battle is bad psychology and skill. So if you have the proper skill, it sort of would help you to scale and mitigate every possible losses that you think is crazy and that you can't bounce back from. Trading, like I was saying yesterday, when I don't know where it was yesterday or so, I had a session with those in our Forex signal while I was saying that trading is 85%, if not even 95% psychology. Because if, for instance, now you take a trade and I take a trade, we use the same lot size, there is a high probability that we're not going to make the same amount of money. You know why? Why? Because if I'm on a trade, I might decide to hold that position longer, and you might decide to close early. If I hold longer, there is a likelihood that I stand to lose money, and there's also a likelihood that I stand to make more money than you just made. The difference is that I was willing to take more risk, and you were not willing to take more risk. And which sometimes it can favor you, but most times it will most likely favor me more. So when it comes to trading and it comes to you being a good trader, it involves you understanding the fact that losses is inevitable. But then it's very important that you must learn to minimize your losses and maximize your winning potentials. And also see the fact that, okay, if you can't make money every damn day, but then if you minimize the potentiality of having more losses, then now you can have your winning days can now make sense. So that when you're winning, you know you're winning because obviously those wins can help you clear off all of your losses, right? And your risk should always be a 1:2 and above. You should not be taking an equivalent risk to the same amount of losses. So then once you understand the integrity of this, so most people when they say, oh, this is that, and all, it's because you don't understand like the system. Now, it doesn't mean you won't have losses or people that trade don't have losses. Yes, people do have losses. Like, it's inevitable. But you understanding the fact that, okay, when you incur losses like that, it's part of the sacrifices that you make, and also understanding the fact that these losses don't define you. See, people have losses, doesn't see, it's just that most people don't just post their own. One, and then two, also, you need to ask yourself, is it a skill problem or the fact that I'm not just understanding the nitty-gritty of this thing? Now, once you understand the fact that you have knowledge, right? Now, money becomes a byproduct of you being a valuable person. So it is not cash for cash. It is value for cash. How valuable you are and how resourceful you are most likely will determine how much money you get to make in the market. So my question to you is, how much time do you give to the charts? How much time do you put on that craft? How much time do you put in to make sure that you are better and you are more resourceful than you used to be? Most of you just want to make money but don't want the sacrifices that come with making money. And I said every time that life doesn't favor the most knowledgeable. It favors those that have the grit and the power to execute. So this week, I need you guys to basically take charge, execute, sit down, look at the chart, learn more, learn from your mistakes, learn from what you did last week that did not work for you. Sit down and also try to avoid those losses. I said everything. It's not compulsory you learn from your own losses or mistakes. You can learn from other people's mistakes and avoid those same things from happening to you. Right? So this new week is an opportunity for you to execute, and also an opportunity for you to observe the things that you did last week or every other month that never worked for you, and try to avoid those things this new week or this month or every other month moving into the new year. Just be very intentional, and also have realistic goals. Set targets for yourself. Have a 5-year plan, have a 1-year plan, and have a 6-month plan, and have a daily goal. And so that the 6 month, the 5-year goal makes you understand the fact that your 6 months goal, you don't need to rush it. Your 6 months goal makes you understand that your weekly goals, you have to go for them. So having a target sets you apart. Being consistent as a person makes you different, guys. So this new week, I want you to be very consistent. I want you to execute every single thing that you set your mind to, and then you just go for every single thing that you deserve. And I pray that God continues to guide you guys and protect them. So I hope this has been insightful enough and you've been able to learn something. So we're looking at US 30 sell opportunities, and then we're also looking at good buys, provided it breaks the area that I marked out and retest back there. Then we can look at the long, right? And yeah, that somebody said something in the chat box here. Sorry, hold on, let me quickly see. I have a question, sir. Please. As regarding minimizing my losses and maximizing my profit, when you give a trade without an SL and have a $50 account, and how do I engage in the 1:2 hour? Okay, so I think it's more of a you thing than a me thing. Now, I said if you were there during yesterday's session, I answered this question. I'm not going to say much because I don't know if you attended yesterday, but I answered this question yesterday. And this question yesterday, somebody asked me, and I said that when we send a signal like that, and then we say apply risk management and all, you are supposed to use a lot size that has been a lot size that is fixated on your account, which means for every $100 account, you're supposed to use 0.01. So if you're trading a $100 account, not a $50 account, use that as an example. So if you're trading a $100 account, for instance, now you're supposed to use 0.01 as the standard lot size for based off of risk management. Now, the standard SL that we use is 100 pips. So even if we'll just tell you, okay, exit the trade and so at that particular point, 100 pips SL. So it all depends on you as a person. And at the end of the day, I said every time, it's very important for you to have a secondary skill, like a skill that can fetch you enough money so that you don't put all of your problems on your trading, because doing that might also reduce the potentiality of your trades, and you want to avoid that at all cost. Somebody said, what about somebody said, what time frame is suitable for entries? That depends on you also, not on me. The time frame that I use that you saw now right now is H4. Then I'm going to filter the entries down to 2 hour, then down to 45 minutes. So it's more of it's what works for you. Some people use 15 minutes time frame. Sometimes I do, and it all works for them. What about someone that has a 100K account? Go and calculate your risk on your 100K account. If you were there yesterday during the session that we did, you won't ask this question. And it's cheating if I start answering them for those that joined yesterday. So next time, try and attend Zoom sessions to help you. So I pray that as you go about your new week, God guides every single one of you. I pray that God grants every single one of your heart desires, and you identify your purpose this new week. So if there's anything that you don't understand, don't hesitate to send a message, right? We'll try to respond to you guys as much as soon as we can. And also just understand the fact that it's very important for you to learn to execute, right? And it's very important for you to learn to execute and just persevere, guys. I know that your paydays are here and they are here to stay. And lastly, please let people know where you're going. So in as much as you guys need me, I also do need you. So it's very important that you stay safe and you ensure that you guide yourself as much as you can. And I know that God will protect you and grant every single one of your heart desires. And also, lastly, all of the trades that has been analyzed here and even more will be sent into our Forex signal room. So if you know you're not there and then you want to join, you can just simply send a message. We'll add you and then get you started and all of that. And also, we have an event coming up in Kaduna on the 31st of this month. That's like about 2 weeks from now, thereabout. So if you're in Kaduna or neighboring states like Kano, Abuja, that's an opportunity for you to come on board and get to meet us. And we can we can discuss and see how your trading can shift to like a different momentum. And lastly, we have our trading challenge coming up. And if you've seen my post, you would have seen all of the exclusive things that you would get if you're in our derivative signal room and our Forex signal room. We're not going to do that for people that are outside that space. And that's because we want to ensure that they get every single thing that they deserve and more. So safe guys, I'll see you next time and bye for now and enjoy the rest of your week.